Hey everyone, Jurgen J's here. Welcome back to Fate Stay Night. I finally have, I was kind of toying around with the menu here, and I finally have access to this flowchart thing. I did not have access to it previously, so I'm guessing we can kind of go back to our decisions if we want to. I'm guessing that's going to be necessary when we want to play the like 3 different routes. I don't know how we can decide that. I mean, well, that just says Fate, so maybe we're on the Fate route, and then I don't know how that's gonna work. Well, we'll see as we go. But we were just in the kitchen eating, or in the dining room, whatever area. Shirou is eating with Sakura, and then was eating with Miss Fujimara, or Fujine. Fujine then pranked us, and then we explained why she was mad at us to Sakura, and then I think that just about sums up where we're at. But anyways, all right. Oh yeah, and then I think we're about to learn more about our more magical side. So let's go on ahead and get going. They say mages have to keep that part of their lives secret, which is why I've also been hiding from others that I'm learning magecraft after I became my old man's apprentice. Learning may be a bit of a stretch, really, since I can barely use magecraft properly. So it wouldn't make much of a difference whether I hide magecraft or not. But since it was my old man's dying wish, I've been training in secret. Like at night, when... I mean, I guess you would have to kind of at night. You would think that the storage room that he sneaks off to would be like the perfect spot. I finish breakfast and get ready for school. I put away the dishes with Sakura as I listen to the news on TV in the background. Sakura is looking blankly at the TV. A flashy caption reading "Gas leaks continue" pops up on the screen. There seems to have been a big accident in the neighboring city of Shinto. I thought Shinto is part of Fuyuki. Or is Fuyuki the district and then Shinto is one of the city? I don't know. Whatever. It happened in a building in the business district. Apparently everyone on one of its floors lost consciousness from oxygen deprivation. Authorities have been calling it an accident resulting from gas leaks, but for some reason these incidents have been happening often. Are you worried about the incident, Sakura? Well, not really. I was just thinking that this happened in Shinto, which is very close to us. Senpai, your part-time job is in Shinto, right? Yeah, but the shop's not that big. I don't think... Oh, wait, okay. The screen faded away there for a second. I don't think an accident like that would happen there. But I can't entirely ignore that idea either. Gas leaks can happen in any building, and it especially pains me to think that hundreds of people have fallen victim. I wonder what I work as. Some say that these accidents are happening because of faulty construction work done during the rapid development projects in Shinto. Like, I'm guessing they had to rapidly rebuild a bunch 10 years ago after the last Holy Grail War. Either way, I hope there won't be any more victims. It's a disturbing story. We need to be careful. It's a disturbing story. We need to be careful too. There we go. Well, don't worry about that, Senpai. Always make sure to check that gas is turned off properly twice. I wish, I know it's showing them emoting, but I wish it didn't fade the text away as they emoted. And like, they could just put the text across the bottom of the screen instead of covering up everything. But, oh well. Sakura proudly proclaims, "No, that's not my point." Yep, I've always known Sakura's a little off too. She's kinda dumb. In her own special kind of way, if you catch my drift. Senpai, did you lock back the door? Or the back door? I bolted it. Is that a problem? Not at all. Then I'll lock all the doors. What time are you planning to be home today, Senpai? I think I'll be home a little late. What about you, Sakura? Since you're practically my wife, and you probably live here too in secret, you just stand in the corner staring at me as I sleep. That's why you're always there, before I wake up. I should be back at the usual time. I think I'll be back before you, so I'll make preparations for dinner. Yeah, that'll be great. I'll try to come home as soon as possible, too. The gate is locked tight. Sakura and Fujine both have keys to the house, and the rule is that whoever leaves last is in charge of locking everything up. Let's go! You'll be late for morning practice if you don't hurry. They literally live like a married couple. Okay, then let's hurry up then, senpai. Ganbatte! Which doesn't mean hurry, it means do your best, but I don't know the actual hurry. Sakura and I walk into town. We walk downhill along a long wall to reach a more populated residential area. The Miya house is located on top of a hill away from the center of town. Also seeing the outside of his house is definitely confirmation that his place is... he is the one that summoned Saber. I keep on wanting to say Archer. Heading down the hill leads to the residential area. Yep, and then here's the split between the European and the Japanese side of town. Going further down, we reach the intersection of the center of town. Several roads lead out from the center of town. There's a large bridge that connects to the neighboring town. A hill that leads to Ryudo Temple. A residential area located opposite my house. A shopping district that both Sakura and I often go to. All the things that have already been described to us in the prologue. And finally, there's a path that leads to our school. We head straight to school without taking any detours. It's barely 7 o'clock, so there's hardly anyone around. Students making their way to their morning club activities are the only ones to be found along our route. What time does their school start? For them to... 7 would be... no, well, no, he was awake at 6 and then walking there. What time does school start for a Japanese school? See you later. Good luck at practice. I see Sakura off at the school gate as usual. Sakura's in the Kyoto Club, so that's what it's called. Kyudo, not Kyoto. Kyoto Club. So this is where we usually split off. No goodbye kiss for your wife? And yet, Sakura doesn't budge this morning. Sakura? Are you not feeling well or something? No, it's not that, senpai. Maybe it's time you come visit the dojo. Well, I really don't have any business at the dojo. Besides, Isee asked me to do something, so I need to go to the student council room. I suppose you're right. I'm sorry for bringing it up. Why does she want us in the dojo so badly? Is that like a touchy subject for us or something? Sakura quickly bows her head. We going then? Please look forward to dinner tonight. Louis! Also, in between recording session, I looked up what Schedule 1 was. It's like, looked kind of Grand Theft Auto-esque, but like, done in the style of like, not, content warning's a bad example. Like indie GTA, I guess is the best way of putting it. Sakura runs towards the dojo, seeming almost apologetic. What was that? I wonder what that was all about. Maybe I'm avoiding Rin, because I bet he knows about Rin being a magician too. Isee? Isee, are you in? Oh, that's me, my bad. I'm here. You're a little late this morning, Amiya. Isee glances up from his desk, looking like he's been studying from some papers. It's just you, Isee. Where's the rest? They should all be at school by now. Well, unfortunately, the rest of the members are all very on the clock. They all have their set work hours, and they don't want to come in early or stay late. So that's why the student council president is doing busy work himself. Guess you've got your own problems to deal with. Well, I live for these sorts of problems. I don't need your sympathy, Amiya. What are you talking about? I'm not sympathizing with you. Just stating an obvious fact. Well, that's too bad. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. After all, the fact of the matter is that you still care. Isee, who is gathering his papers into a single sheaf and tapping the edge against the table to square them neatly, is the big boss of the student council. I've been watching Gang Grumps play Danganronpa, which is a big inspiration for me playing through Fate and just like trying the whole voice acting thing. I'm very much trying to do the same voice that Dan does with Byakuya, as what I'm doing for Isee here, just because they both have the like I'm better than you and I'm really smart vibe going on with them. He's been working to reform the school council, which has grown quite lax, and he's been a friend of mine since our first year in school, even though he's not acting like your friend. His full name is Isee Ryudo. Ryudo. Weren't we talking about a Ryudo earlier? No. Isee is Sakura's last name? No, Sakura's sister of the blue-haired guy. Despite his old-fashioned sounding name, he has elegant facial features and he's popular with the girls. Of course he is. He's also the student council president, so you'd think he would have the leg up over everyone else, but that's not exactly the case. Nothing beats a scalding hot cup of tea in the morning. Saying stuff like that as he sips tea that prevents him from quite sticking the landing. As evidenced, Isee is quite plain. He's prone to be misunderstood, yet he neither dabbles in relationships nor he does what typical students do for fun. What does he do? Oh, that's where I've heard it before. The temple. He's the heir of Ryudo Temple, which sits atop a mountain. How do you inherit a temple? I thought those were just... Or no, I'm thinking of shrines, not temples. But still, how do you inherit a temple? He himself understands that he will inherit the temple, and there's a strong possibility that he'll shave his head without so much as a complaint as soon as he graduates from school. Is it like a Buddhist thing? Or a Shintoist thing? So what do you want me to do today? Well, I'd like to tell you to sit down and relax, but we really don't have time. I'll explain as we go, so grab your tools and follow me. Let me get right to the point. Our school spending habits are quite extreme. I know, the athletic clubs are favored and there's not much money to go around in other places. Exactly. As a result, the culture clubs gets the short end of the stick. I've been trying my best to establish a better budget for the arts, but the money trail has been pretty muddy. As an artist, I will say, respect, thank you for giving budget to your artists, which is making my life harder, so the arts are suffering. The lack of heaters during the winter is especially concerning, and I have no solution for that. It almost seems like these things would be things that, like, a principal would be trying to solve, but granted, I know student councils... Granted, I don't even know what goes on with student council in the West, to be honest. Like, I knew we had one in high school, but knew nothing about its comings and goings. I see. Hey, hand me the flathead screwdriver, the biggest one. Oh, and give me some conductors too. Yeah, this one looks salvageable. Oh yeah, because he's good with, like, tinkering. I wonder if that will be a help in the Holy Grail War, like if he can use that skill. Conductors? These. Sorry, I don't really know my way around tools. You can get mad if I'm wrong. It's fine. You got it right. So what about the lack of heaters? Is there anything else that's broken? Yes, the heating system in the second audiovisual room and the art club room might be on its last leg. Forms requesting to purchase new ones are piling up by the minute. And you're saying that there's no room in the budget? Well, this one's just corroded. Good thing the inside's still intact. Oh, is that one salvageable? Mia. Yeah, I can fix it. It's a good thing old machines are easy to figure out. The wire's just burnt out, so as long as... the wire's just burnt out, so as long as those get replaced, this should last until the end of the year. Sorry, for a second there, I thought there was an end quotation. Is that so? Way to go, Amiya. I'm glad you're so reliable and helpful. I don't know why I got so enthusiastic. You say some weird stuff, Isee. Why is that weird? Being thankful. Oh, hey, I'm almost done, and so go ahead and step out. Got it. I won't get in your way. Isee quietly steps out of the classroom. He might be thinking that I'm going to start on some sensitive work. Well, I guess you can call it sensitive work. Oh, he's about to use magic or something? I put my hand to the old electric stove. No matter how long someone's been fixing things, they can't usually figure out what's wrong by sight. Can you use magic to figure it out? So the fact that I can means that what I'm doing is not ordinary. I close my eyes and look inside the stove by touch. And then suddenly, a single image pops into my head. I mean, it's cool that he uses his magic in a very practical way. There are two places where the wire's about to break. The electrical pipes should last a bit longer. The power cord should be fine with just insulation tape. Good. I should be able to fix it with just the tools I brought along. If the electrical pipes were broken, it wouldn't be fixable by an amateur. Man, I wish I knew, like, handyman stuff. I suck when it comes to that kind of a thing. I'm like, can someone, like, I get my dad or roommate or anyone else but me to do it? I mean, I try to learn as I go, but I have no knack for those things, or didn't really grow up. Well, no, that's a lie. My dad did try to teach me stuff, but I just refused to listen. Had that been the case, a certain strengthening would have to be done, which no amateur could manage, but I should be able to fix this one by sight. This is the magecraft Kitsuguru taught me. Okay, let's begin. I take off the cover to begin my repairs. I already know where it's broken, so the rest of the work is easy. This is the one thing that I'm good at. Talking out loud. That's my special talent. I, Shirou Amiya, have absolutely no talent in magecraft. But for some reason, I have a knack for visualizing the structure of things, or blueprints, like I did just now. I mean, maybe you don't have a natural talent for, like, magecraft as a whole, but you seem to be, pretty resourceful with it. My old man once saw me imagine and recreate a blueprint. He looked surprised and muttered, "What a useless talent." My special talent appears to be pointless. According to my old man, the fact that I can visualize object structures isn't really helpful. A mage normally wouldn't need to survey an object's entire structure like I do. Wait, if you could, like, observe a whole building, like almost like a sonar thing, that would be really helpful, because you could tell, like, where people are, and then you could tell your servant, hey, go here, pick them off. He claims the mage's struggle is to instantly seek out an object's center, or its core, and transform it as quickly as possible. That's why reading blueprints is a waste of time, and even that only helps seek out areas for magical energy to pass through. And so, fixing broken stuff is one of the only things I'm good at. After all, I don't have to open the entire thing up to find the problem. If I can find the problem quickly, I can fix most things as long as I have the know-how to repair it. Though, I only do that with things an amateur could reasonably be expected to fix. Okay, done. What's next? I put away the conductors, pick up the screwdriver and wrench, and head out to the hallway. Why do the people around you respect the space, though, when you're like, okay, I need everybody to leave the room, and I'm gonna fix this? Like, that seems not suspicious, but odd. Isee, repairs are done. Oh, hey. A female student is standing next to Isee in the hallway. Oh, it's Rin. Oh, so this is the same morning. Like, the same exact morning, but we're, again, just playing it through Amiya's perspective instead of Rin's. I'm a little surprised. Girl talking to Isee is Ren Tosaka, a second year from Class A. She lives in a giant Western-style mansion up on a big hill, and she's an extraordinary honor student. She's pretty, smart, athletic, no flaws at all. Except, you know, a lot of flaws. She definitely, from what we've seen, has a lot of flaws. She's intelligent and polite. She has a lot of strengths, don't get me wrong. She's intelligent and polite, and she never brags about her looks. She's truly the ideal girl to guys, apparently. Which is why the male students treat her like an idol. But Tosaka is just too good, and she's become unattainable. Guys all say the only people who can talk to Tosaka are Isee and the teachers. Well, okay, I'm also a guy, and I'm including myself in the list of her admirers. Oh! So there's a bit of a love triangle thing going on here, because you like her, Sakura likes you. We don't know if Ren really likes anyone. She does have, apparently, if I remember correctly, a bet with Ayako, I think is her name, to get into a relationship first. Tosaka is looking at us, annoyed. I guess rumors are true that Isee and Tosaka don't get along. Oh, sorry. I was the one who asked you for a favor and made you do all the work. Forgive me. Whoa. Isee's pretty gutsy talking to me and completely ignoring Tosaka like that. Don't worry about it. So what's next? There's not much time. Yeah. Next is the audiovisual room. I hear it's been on its last leg for a while, but apparently it's finally given out. If it's dead, I won't be able to fix it. Might be better to buy a new one. That might be true, but I'd appreciate it if you took a look at it anyway. I might think it's dead, but it might just be playing dead to you. You think so? Then let me take a look. There's only about 30 minutes until homeroom starts. I'll need to hurry and fix it, or I'll run out of time. I head to the audiovisual room, but I realize completely ignoring Tosaka would be rude. I turn to face her since she's been standing there the whole time. You're here early, Tosaka. Did she just blush? I blare out the first thing that comes to mind, and then follow Isee. You don't even really... Okay. Dang, don't have a conversation or anything. You made it just in time. Sorry for all the trouble, Amiya. I'm a bad friend for asking a favor from you and making you late for class. Don't sweat it. It won't be a problem if I'm late, where it might be an issue if you were late. That's true, but I'm glad we made it. Isee exhales a sigh of relief and heads to his desk. It's exactly 8 o'clock. Why are we late then? Wait. Okay, no, we're not. 5 minutes after the bell for homeroom rings, Fujine will enter the classroom. Whew. Ew. That's how it should be done. My breathing is labored since I ran from the audio-visual room. I take a deep breath before I take my seat. What's with all the commotion so early in the morning, Amiya? Didn't realize you become Rudo's whipping boys after you quit our club. Oh, that's why there's a sore spot. Not that I care, but since you have no principles of your own, don't do anything to ruin our rep. I know I've completely, it's been 10 episodes, but I've completely changed these characters' voices. Standing in front of my desk is Shinji Mato. He's been a friend of mine since middle school. Okay, so y'all are on good terms. He's just being sassy. His last name is Mato, and he's Sakura's older brother. He's 1 year older than her. Yo, things at the Kyoto Club going well, Shinji? Crank that Soulja Boy, Shinji, or however that meme goes. Of course, there's no point in telling an outsider like you, but the club's nice and peaceful now that there's one less member trying to hog all the attention. We're definitely going to make waves at the next tournament. Is that so? I guess Mitsuzuri is working real hard. Huh? What the heck are you talking about? I'm the only reason the Kyoto Club is setting records. You've been an outsider for a long time, so stop acting like you know it all, or you're going to embarrass yourself. For a friend, he's, well, granted, maybe just the way I'm voicing him, but kind of coming off a little rude. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll back off now. Besides, I'm not involved with the club, so I won't really concern myself with it too much. I put my bag on my desk and pull the chair back. What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying my Kyoto club's boring to you? It's not yours. I'm not saying that, just that I'm not involved in all. I'm not a part of the club anymore, so it's not right for me to just drop into the dojo. But if there's anything you need, just let me know. I'll help whenever you need it. I remember you weren't good at fixing and stringing bows. Yeah, thanks. I'll give you a call if there are ever chores to be done. Why? He's smiling and I'm making him out to be such a rude butthole. Though I doubt that'll ever happen. Well, that's good. A captain who leaves busy work behind wouldn't be much of a captain. He's not the captain. Just try not to trouble Miss Fujimura. She's terrifying if she gets mad. Mind your own business. Just remember that you're not a member of the club anymore, so don't go near the dojo. Y'all do not act like friends to each other. And just like that, Shinji heads off to his seat, all self-important bluster as ever. Huh? He does seem moodier than usual. Unbelievable. How can he talk to you like that? He was the one who kicked you out. Oh, there, beef afoot. Oh, maybe it was because of him getting injured that he got kicked out. Oh, Isee, were you there the whole time? What do you mean? How could you be so cold to me when I was listening attentively to the conversation out of concern for my friend? What does concern have to do with it? I haven't done anything worth worrying about. Foo. Foo. She's like Excalibur from Soul Eater. Foo. That makes me want to not rewatch the whole thing. I just want to hear his voice again. Of course I'm concerned. You have a short fuse. Now granted, if you punched Shinji, that would have gotten you some applause, but it probably wouldn't make the girls happy. It wouldn't be right for me to put my friend in such an unpleasant position. I get it, yeah, good point. Thanks, Isee. I don't think that would ever happen, but I appreciate the concern. As long as you understand. I was surprised. You usually get mad at the drop of a hat. But you're pretty tolerant with Mato. Yeah, but Shinji's been like that for as long as I've known him. You get used to it. You know, being bullied constantly, thinking you're a friend, but you're actually just getting traumatized and what's the word? Abused the entire time. It's really toxic, but I love it at the same time. Deku. Okay. Well, I was doing a voice like this for him. Oh, I realized that I changed. What's his name? Not Shinji. That's the other guy. Shirou's voice. I realized that when I first started doing his voice. Well, at first it was Batman, and then it turned into like this, like Deku, and then now it's like wait, well, now it's like this. The third option is kind of hurting my throat a little bit. Guess that's how it is. It is. Now go back to your desk if you're satisfied. It's almost time for Miss Fujimura to dash in. More like float in. The bell to start homeroom rings. Normally the homeroom teacher comes into the classroom 5 minutes before homeroom starts, but our teacher isn't what you call typical. Homeroom for class 2C typically starts 1 minute after the starting bell. In other words, I do like, well, it seems from some Japanese media that some teachers in Japanese culture have a more like laid back attitude with their students, which I really appreciate because that's kind of what I go for with mine. Like, not friends, like you still know who's in charge, but like, I don't know. I don't try to put on a mask or anything. I like that about Fujimura. Miss Fujimura. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late! Homeroom starts with the sounds of Fujine's shout and hurried footsteps. Okay, I made it. Good morning, Gonk. Fujine tumbles and I hear some kind of unnatural sound. Contrary to the hectic sounds of a few seconds earlier, the classroom is now dead silent. And we'll find out what happened to Fujiwara in the next episode. I say that so Dragon Ball-esque, like, find out what happens in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, we'll see what happens then. I gotta get up and go pee. You didn't need to know that. But anyways, see y'all later.